All right, today we're diving into something really fascinating. This idea of creating a powerful team up between your mind and your spirit when you pray. We're going to look at a source that lays out a pretty clear path for how to make that connection happen. You know that feeling, right? You sit down to really concentrate on something important. Maybe it's meditation, a big project, or prayer. And next thing you know, your mind is a million miles away thinking about your to-do list. It's a super common struggle, and the text we're digging into today offers a really unique take on how to tackle it from a spiritual angle. So first things first, we've got to get a handle on the foundation of this whole practice. The source we're looking at kicks things off by exploring what it calls the Spirit's direct language. And really, this idea sets the stage for everything else that follows. Now, this quote right here is the anchor for the whole concept. It sets up this really interesting puzzle. Your spirit can be totally engaged in prayer, but at the same time, your conscious mind, your understanding, is unfruitful. So that begs the question, how can something be so spiritually active and yet somehow unproductive? Well, the source defines this type of prayer as the Spirit talking directly to God. Think of it as a communication that completely bypasses the normal filters of your intellect and language. This is how, according to the text, these divine mysteries get expressed. It's framed as this pure, direct hotline of spiritual communication. And that leads us to the central challenge here. If the Spirit is busy praying, what's the mind supposed to be doing? And why on earth would it be unfruitful during what sounds like such a powerful experience? Let's take a closer look at this disconnect. You can really see the split here, can't you? On one side, you have the Spirit busy communicating these profound mysteries directly with God. But on the other side, the mind is just left out. It's unfruitful. It wanders. It gets distracted. This is the exact gap that the source wants to show us how to bridge. So how do you do it? How do you fix that gap? Now, you might think the answer is to just silence the mind, but that's not it at all. Instead, the source suggests you need to engage it. It lays out a path to turn this disconnect into a real, active partnership. The source gives us a really clear 4-step game plan. It starts with a choice. You have to actively refuse to get distracted. Then, you deliberately fix your attention on what your spirit is doing. From there, you get your mind ready to actually perceive what's being revealed. And finally, you respond to those thoughts or visions. It's a very intentional, very active mental job. And when you follow these steps, the whole dynamic just shifts. What might have been a passive thing, your spirit prays while your mind drifts, it becomes this active partnership. Your mind is no longer just some bystander. It's a focused participant in the conversation. And this is where it gets really good, because this brings us to the results. What actually happens when you get this mind-spirit synergy going? The source describes some incredibly powerful outcomes that come directly from this focused partnership. Here's the payoff. According to the text, when your mind is tuned in and engaged, the spirit can just flood it with divine communication. Instead of being unfruitful, your mind becomes the direct receiver for all this incredible insight. So, what does that actually look like in practice? The source gets really specific here. We're not talking about some vague feeling. It says this communication can show up as actual visions, brand new thoughts and ideas, amazing creative insights, and even what the text calls godly imaginations that can begin to shape your reality. Your mind basically transforms into this creative, revelatory space. And the ultimate result described here is a massive shift in your whole life. This partnership between mind and spirit isn't just about a better prayer time. It's meant to lead to a life that's really characterized by a sense of rest, joy, and victory. So, as we wrap this up, it leaves us with a really thought-provoking question that kind of goes beyond just this one context. I mean, whether you call it spirit and mind, or maybe intuition and intellect, how does that partnership, or sometimes the conflict, between those two forces shape what's possible in your own life? Something to think about.